Hey guys, it's Sam here, welcome back to the channel. Pretty excited to record today because it's the first gym tour in a while. So today I am at the Cave Gym in Corby, which is not too far from my hometown of Peterborough. And I'm going to give you the full tour of this place after my workout, but already I'm liking the feel of this place. And I see this on the wall, I'm seeing results happen over time, not overnight. Work hard, stay consistent and be patient. That's reality, isn't it? I feel like a lot of guys I speak to that haven't got into my training yet are feeling like they can achieve loads and loads in weeks. And while you can make a little difference every week, it's only when that stacks up over months and years that you've completely transformed. So, like the ethos of this place already, we'll get the full tour at the end. I'm going to do a back day workout, so you'll see all of the workout here, and then we'll look at every piece so I can show you everything that we've got in here. But I've already had a brief tour from the owner, and yeah, impressed with the place. It's going to be a great workout. So, workout will start very shortly after I've done my warm up here. Just warming up for back, so it'll be light weights like pulling and rowing, just to get me warmed up, and then I'm starting some of the machines. So the first exercise I'm going to hit up today is a hammer strength low to high row, a plate loaded one. Now I've tried this before quite a lot of times, but not this particular model. This looks to be an older model, and it was recommended to me because the resistance profile is a little bit better, which I've already seen on warming up, that I'm going to be working against gravity rather than the weights pulling diagonally that you get on some machines. So I'm going to get better resistance out of this. I'm going to try it fairly heavy and then adjust the weight to be in my rep range if I have a problem with it on this first set. Here we go. So an exercise like this, really pulling your shoulder blades together, you're exercising that mid to lower part of the trapezius that really contributes to back thickness, which is great. So I managed quite a few reps there, put a touch more, maybe another 5 on each side and go for set 2. Just loaded it with another 10 each side, so we got 70 each side, nothing crazy. I can really feel that in my upper back. Couple more on here. Absolutely loads of stuff to choose from with back here. I'll do several machines before I move on to the tour. Set 3, let's go. I need to back off for the last set, that's for sure. That's me done on here. Next exercise I'm going with here is the hammer strength plate loaded Isolateral Dy row. I'm guessing that's referring to Dorian Yates, who else? I don't usually use machines like this because I don't like the supinated, or to normal people, underhand grip, because I feel like it allows the biceps to contribute a little bit too much for a back exercise. I like the pronated grip, or in non-geek speak, the overhand grip, as they would say, for my pull-ups and things, rather than chins. Hit the back more without assistance from the biceps. That's my usual way of things, but because I'm on tour, it's not a home fixture. I thought I'd try what's available. So next exercise, sticking with the rowing, is going to be this Isolateral Dy row. Again, this one was recommended to me because of the nice resistance profile. You maybe saw that this was really working directly against gravity in the angle that it moves on the structure of the machine, so felt heavier than it looks. No. Okay, last one here. Next up, I'm moving over to another machine. This is one I've used quite a lot. This is the hammer strength plate loaded. ISO wide lateral pull down, and as the name implies, it's more for the lats. So it's pulling at this angle. So it's very similar to like pull downs on a cable or doing pull-ups, but I've noticed on the handles, on the warm-up here, that it's a little bit narrower to the model that I've used. So I think I've used a hammer strength of a different model, and this one's maybe not as ideal for me, but I'm going to give it a go, just not too heavy, maybe like 4 plates each side. Almost feel like I've loaded this thing too heavy with 4 on, but it was what I was doing before and beyond, just on a different model. So let's see what I can do. But get a good grip, always the wrist straps with back training. As if I want extra work for the forearms, I can always do that, but I don't want to be giving out for reps and sets on back for any other reasons than my back being fully traumatized. So that's where the wrist straps become essential. Yeah, actually the way this is set up, I think I'll find an alternative for this, as I'm a little bit cramped here against the railings with the seat, with this poor form and swinging around that I'm in the habit of doing. So I'll find myself a cable and get on the traditional lat pull downs. You can take a bit of a bro's eye view as I come away from those back machines looking for a pull down. I do remember them as I came in this way. Yeah, this Polaris one here, just before you get into all the stuff for arms that's under the cardio area there. But it's the full tour at the end if you stick with it. On the warm-up, that was feeling light, so I'm going to try and full stack this puppy, and if it goes wrong, it'll just be something embarrassing that happened to me on my trip for you to be amused by. Changed the adjustment there on the thighs. I felt like I hadn't got it tight enough, but it's okay. It's a bit like that when you go to a different gym and get used to what they've got and play around with it between sets. But if you're always going to the same gym, just remember the setting that you're on for all the most effective equipment for you and stick with that. All right, let's get it again. One thing I've noticed in this place, the cave, is that there's no shortage of plates. They've got absolutely loads of 20s on basically all of the plate loaded machines, like ready to go. So I've been quite impressed with that so far. And there's an awful lot of machines for back, so you'll see them all on the tour, but I was kind of spoilt for choice here. But still doing the usual thing in my workouts, so I'll be covering different angles and different exercises for different parts of the muscle groups. So we started more with the upper back and the traps there, moving on to lats a bit more now. Third set on here, taking the weight down a touch. And last one. Moving on. Just looking around what to try next. There's all sorts to choose from. They've got a lot of the single arm stuff for working the back. But I'm going to have a little look around before I settle on what's next. It's more the legs isolations and then the arm stuff this direction. What I've decided to go for next is a Sports Arc Fitness independent lat pull down. So this is another lat pull down, but what I'm going to do is lean back slightly so I get the same kind of angle as the hammer strength plate loaded high row that I normally use. They have got that over there, but I just want to try something different, and I've never used anything by Sports Arc before. Straight away, yeah, Sports Arc Fitness, and straight away I find this very unusual attachment. So instead of a pin, it's got this like tongs that you select the weight with. It's a little bit like a flipper that you have for your burgers on your barbecue or something. So I was quite surprised by that. But I still think I can make use of it for this machine as well as on the barbie. And I start quite heavy because it's one of my stronger angles doing this. I normally do like 4 or 5 plates on the hammer strength high row, and I'm going to make this a kind of equivalent exercise. Right, I'm going to get my barbecue tongs out again and take it full stack. So that is absolutely fine on, what was that? There's not much weight on the stack really. With that almost all the way, that was 80 kilos, moving up to 100. Okay then, ride my lats on this thing again. That's better. It's got a cute little drink holder to pop your aminos in or whatever. Nice touch. That'll do with that. I like that exercise, so I would use this again for sure. My last exercise on back is going to be the hyperextensions, because the previous exercise is the only thing that was really missed out, something focused on the lower back, the spinal erectors. So I'm going to do several sets on here, but just film the first one, because with body weight they're going to be quite high rep, which is sort of boring to include all sets in for the video. So first set now, then I'll finish up and we'll look for something else. Now I've reached the point that you've all been waiting for, the full tour of this place and what they've got in here. So I'm going to start as usual at the reception, move around the weight stuff first, and then look on the upper levels at the cardio bits, and then wrap it up for the day. So come with me around the cave. That's the cave in Corby. This is where you arrive through the walkway at the entrance to this unit, and they've got loads of supplements behind there, drinks and what have you. Then you've got all the attachments for the equipment organised carefully, so you're always going to find what you need, nice and tidy. And we'll start with all that back stuff. So this is where you saw me before, and this is the entrance way that leads to the reception. I've got a few bits on other body parts around here. So this looks to be a standing leg curl for hamstrings. Here we've got another machine for hyperextensions, a little bit more sturdy than what I was using at the end of the back part of my session. Then you've got the isolateral pull down by hammer strength that I was using, but I was sort of swinging around too close to the railings to use that. Then you've got the isolateral high row by hammer strength, plate loaded, a piece that I really love, that I was substituting that other piece in just for variety while I'm here. Then you've got the DY row that I was also using earlier. And before we go right to the back where most of the leg compounds are, I'm going to continue back the way I've come down this aisle just to keep it thematic with body parts and back stuff. So you've got a row with hands separate there. Then you've got the Rudin row, plate loaded machine, hammer strength pull over, coming back the way we've come. You've got the low to high row that I began my workout on, really good for the traps. Also good for the traps is the ab support T-bar row, although you'll have seen in my previous videos I like the landmine because you can be going heavier with the ground landmine row. Then you've got the isolateral low row by hammer strength. That's Similar piece to what I've started on, but I was advised that the piece that I chose to start on was a better resistance profile, so I went with that. Then you've got the front pull down, the MTS. They're the weight stack ones by Hammer Strength, so it's very similar to the Hammer Strength High Row, but this will be your plate loaded one. I'm just keeping out of people's way. I'm going to cut through to the other back pieces here. We've got the Polaris lat pull down, we've got the Cybex lat pull down to my right, we've got the weight assisted pull up and dip machine, and we've got a seated row, looks to be by Cybex, this seated row before you get to the changing rooms over in the corner. Keeping it on back, you've got the Nautilus pull down, separate arms and separate arm attachments on the Nautilus row. I guess that'll be similar to a cable row, and then you've got another machine that is similar there. Loads of stuff on back. I could have done all sorts. Isolateral front lat pull down by Hammer Strength. Now we're getting into the pressing stuff, but busier there, so I'm going to resume at the back of the warehouse where we've got all of the compound stuff. The legs, all the heavy stuff that people avoid. So a few miscellaneous pieces here, like your bench for your sit-ups, crunches, your hyperextension frame, your gripper, looks to be the Hammer Strength gripper, good for your forearms. Okay, and then you've got the squat rack that's for the powerlifting. So I've never actually used that variation before. I don't have a use for it, but it's good to see it's here if you're into powerlifting. Then you've got a very well made leg raise, pull up and dip frame by Nautilus. What I like about this is it's got the thicker handles for dipping on, because when you go heavier with weighted dips, if it's got really thin handles, it's very awkward to grip. So for weighted dips, that'd be awesome. Obviously pull-ups are awesome for back. And behind that, but keep out of the way, so I'm using a leg press there. We've then got the pendulum squat, not sure who the manufacturer of that is, just opposite it you've got the belt squat. You've got the linear hack squat by Hammer Strength, which I like to use for calf raises, putting my feet on the bottom of the platform. We've then got the plate loaded lying leg curl, Hammer Strength. We've got the Hammer Strength isolateral leg extension plate loaded. We've got the isolateral leg press, so the leg press with the separate platforms for each leg. I sort of like think of that, I sometimes call that a pendulum leg press, because it's built more like a pendulum design than your usual leg press like the one behind it where it's on the diagonal sled that we're all used to. Not sure who the manufacturer of that one is, it looks very old and well made. Before I go right to the back, I'll just finish up here. We've got the plate loaded kneeling leg curl for hamstrings by Hammer Strength, and just behind that we've got the seated calf raise, also by Hammer Strength, before we're getting into stuff for chest and pushing and Smith machines and such like. And I'll finish up here. Next to that leg press that I was pointing out, we've also got a V squat. Some people might use that for good mornings, standing in the other way. Then we've got another leg press that's like, no, that's not a leg press, that's the seated calf raise. That machine by Hammer Strength is very similar to doing calf raises on a horizontal leg press, but this is purpose built for it. You just put your toes on the platform and you can do calf raises, get better blood flow into your calves, better pump. Next to it you've got a machine by Nautilus. I'm going to have to see exactly what this is before I start talking about it. Oh, it's a glute drive. That'll be why I don't know what it is. It's one of those bum blasters, or whatever they call them. So that's for your hip thrusty, glute drivey, big bum machines. And the leg press that's in use. So that's everything back here. And before we get into the good stuff, the chest day stuff and the good old dumbbells, we'll just finish up in this corner where we've got a load of kettlebells chilling out there, and we've got a weighted vest. This would be like your functional rig for your functional training, so you can do all of your calisthenics over here, functional stuff. So obviously I don't really do anything for function, it's just bodybuilding. It's all show and no go, or all bro and no go. None of this functional stuff. No, I'm messing around. I do like calisthenics. I trained a lot of calisthenics, loads of pull-up variations like archer pull-ups and round-the-world pull-ups, and I could even do 2 muscle-ups when I wasn't so heavy. So I do love it, but I'm a bit heavy for making the most of it, and it's not so great for getting your legs really big and strong. So it's not really my forte, but I fully respect it. And we move across. We've got the frame here for a plate-loaded lateral raises by the look of it. I've never seen one quite like that, so I don't know who makes it. It's fixed to the wall there. And you've got a selection of barbells next to it. You've got the safety squat bar and some regular Olympic barbells. You've got a variety of incline benches. I'm just seeing if there's a decline. Can't see. Oh yes, there's a decline in the far corner. At the far end of here, there's a decline bench press with a barbell on it, and then you've got several incline benches in front of the dumbbell rack and a mirror. So that's me. That's me taking you on the tour here. I want to see what the dumbbells go up to, so I can report on here. I'm seeing 40s. I'm seeing 47s now. Move along here. We've got the fixed barbells. We've got the easy bar or wavy bar variety of fixed barbells. Okay, 47 is the highest I'm seeing so far. Yeah, 47 and a half, still the highest. 50s. So you've got rubberized hammer strength dumbbells up to 50s. That's the biggest I'm seeing. So if I was doing the chest day here, I'd be looking at machines personally. That's a bit of a flex saying that. I'd be going to touch heavier on dumbbells. You've got all of that. You've got the incline benches for barbell, 3 flat benches for barbell, so you're always going to have opportunity to bench press. And I'll just walk you around here. Through the middle, we've got a set of cross cables in use to my right. I think there's another set of cross cables, and obviously we've got all of those attachments. I walk down this aisle. We've got Smith machines. This is the Life Fitness Smith machine. And we've got Isolateral shoulder press. So that's their standard shoulder press. Hammer strength, plate loaded. They also do one that mimics the angle of our behind the neck press. I don't know if we've got that here, but I'm going to cover every machine. So if they've got it, we'll see it. And this looks to be the wide press. I have to read the label on it. Yeah, this is the isolateral bench press, not the extra wide one. And then we've got a dipping machine here in use, so I'll go past that. And we've got the isolateral shoulder press. I think this is the same because it doesn't say behind the neck press, so I'm going to assume that's the same as the previous one. And then you've got another Life Fitness Smith machine. So what they've chosen here is really good. All the popular stuff they've got multiple units of, so you're not going to be waiting for anything with this many cables. You can see another set of cross cables here. So 3 sets of cross cables as we go back here. Always popular attachments kept neatly there. So these popular things like the cables and the pressing machines and bench presses, there's loads of them. Always popular. And then you've got these pieces by Sport Arc. I use that one that's now in use. We've got one that's a bit more like rowing, similar to some of the stuff that Cybex do, but the handles are a little bit different. We've got that rowing one that we've already seen, and we've got a piece with separate handles for rowing by Cybex. Kind of what I was expecting. Similar by Nautilus. And we just seeing that one, making sure that we've got everything here. Not sure who this one is by, but it's another seated row weight stack machine. And you've got another kneeling hamstring curl, the MTS kneeling leg curl hammer strength. You've got the Nautilus seated leg curl. So we get to the leg isolation bits here, and the hammer strength seated leg curl. Well, that's the one that works the separate legs, and we'll keep out of their way. They've got horizontal leg press there. and behind it you've got the shoulder pad lateral raise machine, so I'll just keep out of people's way. I've got an ab and back extension machine here by Precor, not seen that before, but that's got the pad that you lean on the far side of it, that you can set it up to do crunches against resistance or extensions against resistance. And you've got a lying leg curl machine. This looks to be Life Fitness, I think, something like that, and another V squat machine behind it. And you've got leg, I'll come around the opposite way up this way, we've got another leg extension in use, so I'll just keep out of the way. You've got leg adductor, this is the Nautilus adductor machine. Let's stay on this row. You've got standing calf raises, I'm not sure who that's by. You've got another leg extension. So again, popular pieces for legs, there's loads of them, like leg extension that everyone doing for quads. This looks to be a donkey calf raise machine, not one I've seen exactly like this before. I can't see who the manufacturer is, but I'm sure the way that that's positioned, that's going to be it's either that or a glute kickback, but it looks too old to be something that would be made as a glute kickback, so I'm going to guess that that's something similar to doing donkey calf raises. Then you've got some kind of machine that looks to be for obliques that you sit in and twist against the pads there. Then you've got another machine that looks to be resistance against your crunches. That's by Matrix. That looks to be an ab crunch machine with the weight stack there. Then you've got your reverse delt raises, your delt flies and chest flies combo thing. Forgot about the deltoids for a moment there, how could I forget? And then similar, another Life Fitness piece doing the same. Then you've got the tricep extension machine. That's the one that's kind of a machine version of doing what the angle that you'd be doing with skull crushers. Then you've got a preacher curl machine with separate handles, not sure who the manufacturer of that particular one is. Another machine weight stack preacher curl piece. Then you've got another leg extension. So we've seen all of that now. Just come around carefully and get into the other row where we've got more machines for chest. So I think I covered all of the ones that was for chest, like the flies. But then you've got other ones that are for pressing. So you've got this piece here. It looks to be a chest piece. It looks to be the kind of angle that converges a little bit, so you've got the variety there with the chest work. Then you've got another chest press, one with the foot pedals, so that you don't overstretch your pecs when you're putting it down when you finish the set. You've got another chest press. You see what I mean about the popular stuff? They've got loads of it, so you're not going to be waiting around in this place. You've got the pack deck machine with the shoulder forearm pads, and again with the pedals so you don't overstretch on there. This one's the Cybex chest press, and yes, another chest press. So this one looks to be the hammer behind in use is the hammer strength plate loaded MTS decline bench press machine. I'm just going to finish the chest pieces, and that's all of the ground floor before I change batteries and show you a few of the cardio bits. So then you've got the MTS shoulder press by Hammer Strength on the weight stack. You've got the Cybex, again it looks to be that's an overhead press, so this is the little row of stuff for shoulders, and Nautilus Nitro Plus lateral raises. So there you get the resistance all the way through the motion, unlike what happens with dumbbells. So if you fit in a machine like that, that could be a good choice for you. And this is the view all under the mezzanine level, where you've got those upper body machines, and you should get a feel for the whole layout of this place, the cave. And it is a veritable Aladdin's cave of unusual pieces, like these Sport Arc fitness pieces. And yeah, very, very impressed. So let's have a battery change and then check out cardio. And we're back, let's look at the cardio. So all of the cardio is just around the edges in like an L shape on a mezzanine floor that just goes around the top here, as you can see. So just by the changing rooms and the reception, they got the steps here. We continue on the Bro's Eye view and see one piece that I missed, a cable row. I'm not sure if that's in action, but we get the steps up here to the cardio, which I'm taking much more seriously, as you know. It's made my sleep apnea symptoms going away, doing all this cardio and getting my breathing and oxygen uptake efficiency optimised, taking that seriously. So a couple of Stairmasters here, the dreaded Stairmasters, steer clear of those, and some kind of cross trainer, Life Fitness. Must be another one, all similar sort of thing, and Cybex, a similar kind of thing there, bringing you towards overlooking the entrance. You can have a nice vantage point from here, looking at all those pieces for legs. I'd love to do a leg day here, actually. Yeah, I think here would be great for a leg day. I think just what I'd want, I really like training with dumbbells for chest, so I feel like a chest day, I'd sort of, I don't know, I just like dumbbells for chest, and they're going up to 50s, so I would love doing a leg day here rather than that. And we come across to the other side of the steps, round to the mezzanine level that's over all of those chest machines. We've got a concert rowing machine, actually two of them. We've got two treadmills by, well, no, endless treadmills by Life Fitness. A couple of those in use, a couple of mats, maybe for all your core exercises or doing some exercises in circuits, and this and that. And even more stuff that would be cool for circuits and high intensity interval training. Some steps here, but they look to have a slam ball and a couple of bags, so yeah, all that stuff that's like far too energetic for me is probably happening up here. And a couple of recline bikes by Life Fitness and another bike, Star Trek. So it's the bike that I like, actually. If I'm doing the cardio, I find that like easier because it's not putting the pressure on my feet and my knees. I just sit and do the pedals and get my heart rate up. So that's all upstairs, and we take it back down. So that brings me to the end of the tour. I hope you liked that as much as I did. I was very impressed with this gym, but I only come and tour places that I already know is going to be good, because I don't want to have to, like, you know, say stuff I don't mean or say anything bad about a gym. So I kind of go to places I already know are good and showcase what I think are good gyms in and around London, and then later this year it'll be further afield in the UK. Hoping to do a trip to Birmingham soon and cover several gyms that I've had good reports of up there. But here you've got the Cave and the Chapel in Corby, and I love both of them. So I want to try a leg day here, and I think I'll have to do that when I visit again. But I'm only in this area for a couple more days, so there's going to be more gym tours coming up, because I've got a chance to sample a couple of other places that I haven't been before, but I know are good. So thinking of going to a place in Peterborough and somewhere else as well. I haven't finally decided while I'm out and about for a couple of days, but been very busy with the coaching, so that's why I haven't been on YouTube quite so much. But I'm going to increase the YouTube because it is important. It's a way that you guys that aren't with me for full-time coaching can get free content and ask any questions, and I'll get back to you straight away. So if you do have any questions about anything gym related or anything else, just put them in the comments and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. If you are interested in coaching, check out my Instagram account, same name, Physique Philosopher, and you can direct message me there. You can see some of my other videos there, get some of my more free content there, as I'm putting out some free reports and starting a free support group. So yeah, if you need more tailored help, make sure you hit me up on Instagram at Physique Philosopher. We'll be talking on there. And as for the YouTube channel, as you can see, slowed down a little bit, but it does continue. And I've always really enjoyed doing the gym tours. It's sort of more variety for me, and it's more variety for you if you're into the gym culture and want to see what's out there. And it sort of reminds me of the South Park episode when everyone became like a restaurant critic and got treated extra well. I feel like if I get known for this and they see me coming in with the camera, it'll be like, would you like a spot with that exercise, sir? Would you like a free protein shake, sir? You know, I can live and hope for that, but at the moment I'm just really enjoying it. So there will be more of these. If you do enjoy the gym tours, check out the playlist of them all. I'm up to at least a dozen now, but I'm going to increase them. So there's that playlist. If you are putting on size, check out the Road to 300 Pounds playlist. I'm almost 300 pounds again. I stepped on scale at 298 after a huge Brazilian radicchio buffet a few days ago, so it won't be long before I'm a legit 300 pounds again. That's how my progress is going, but I'm more interested in my clients and their contest preps and their lifestyle transformations and all this sort of thing. So there will be coverage of that kind of thing coming up in the later months of this year with some important content on the contests that they're doing. So if all this stuff covering all aspects of bodybuilding interests you, make sure you subscribe, and I'll be back online tomorrow. Cheers.